Would you like a little history on self-talk? See why this works so well? Hey, I'm Lynnie Wennerstrom, and today I am going to read you a passage from Dr. Shad Helmstedter's book, 365 Days of Positive Self-Talk for Finding Your Purpose. And we're also going to read the history of self-talk. I think you'll find it really, really interesting. But first, the passage. Today is day 157, June 5th. And there are 209 days left in 2024. We are 42.90% complete with 2024. So June 5th, the passage. By keeping myself fit, my mind alert, and my attitude positive, I am ready to live up to the purpose I am attracting in my life. And remember, are you attracting or are you vibrating at a certain frequency and bringing that high vibe into your world? Because that's where you are vibrating, right? You're vibrating at happiness, gratitude, joy. I'm pointing, I'm just like all these wonderful high frequency vibrations where you're vibrating that energy. And that's where your purpose lives. That it's vibrating at a very high frequency as well. Okay, so self-talk tip number 21 from Dr. Shad's book. The idea of changing our lives by changing our self-talk is very old. The Bible suggested the idea of self-talk in Proverbs 23:7. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Romans 12:2 said it even more directly. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. But the idea of using positive self-talk techniques for consciously reprogramming our minds would wait more than 2,000 years before it would be accepted as scientific fact. In the mid-1950s, following the 1920s era writings of French pharmacologist Émile Émile Coué, it's French, so I'd have to ask my daughter who speaks French. But Émile Coué, it's C-O-U, accent over the E. Pioneering self-help authors such as Napoleon Hill, Dr. Norman Vincent Peale, Dr. Maxwell Maltz, and others began to bring the concepts of positive thinking and conscious auto-suggestion to the attention of self-help followers. It was not, however, until the 1980s that self-talk as it is used today began to be generally understood, when researchers using computer imaging technology were finally able to see into the living brain. Their research showed that because of the brain's ability to rewire itself, this is neuroplasticity, which we talk about all the time here. So self-talk, practiced in the right way, could actually restructure the individual's brain with new neural networks. Neuroscientists and behavioral researchers found that new input to the brain, such as specifically worded self-talk, could rewire and change not only the brain's physical structure, but also the individual's attitudes, actions, and results as well. We had discovered that our thoughts physically rewire our brains, and the science of self-talk was born. Do you see the amazingness of this? And you can have that self-talk to rewire your brain and have that positive self-talk and change those new neural pathways that you have that you can create in your brain. And it's very, very exciting, because just think about this. If you change your attitude about something, then your actions are going to be different. Think about an attitude where you just really love something and you really believe in it, and it's just so important to you. And think about that your attitude about that is so positive that your actions towards maybe you're building a skill around it, or you're reading more and learning more about it, or you're practicing it, whatever it is, maybe say it's a spiritual practice or something. And then your results are going to be like spiraling up. So you can, go on the other side, something that you think is so negative and you really don't care for it or any of that. And then take that negative thing and say and think, what if that were a positive? I don't mean something that it would be harmful to you or harmful to the world or harmful to another, but something that you just absolutely don't believe in, and just open yourself up and say, what if that were true? Because I'm going to tell you right now, all possibilities, all probabilities exist. All of that exists in the quantum field, in the unified field. Everything exists in the now, here, now, everything. So what if things weren't a negative and a positive? What if what you were feeling was something negative? Was that, like, say something, for example, that you absolutely don't like eating something. Let's say chia pudding. And you're like, who eats seeds? That's ridiculous. Only birds eat seeds. Or the chia seeds. And then you just opened your mind. I'm giving you a silly example, but it's really this simple. And all of a sudden you think, okay, but what if these seeds could be beneficial to me? What if they could help me with my brain power? What if this was, let me open my mind. And then you start changing your attitude around that. Just follow me with this, because then you change your attitude, and then you say, well, let me try this. And then you put some milk into your seeds, into your chia seeds. You put a little bit of cinnamon, a drop of honey or something, or sugar or whatever. And then you just let it sit overnight. And then you're just like, you taste it in the morning. And you're like, wow, that's really good. And then your actions, your results would be that maybe that would help your brain. Maybe that would be nutritious. That's not probably a good example. It's just an easy, simple example, but it's just something that gives you, illustrates it. So anyway, your thoughts physically rewire your brain. And so the more that you open up and just decide, like if you just look at something so small like that, you are the director of creating your own reality. Could you shift from something that right now you don't believe, like the very small example is seeds are for the birds, to, wow, this seed might actually be good for me, and then start eating it. So I just share that with you as an easy example of changing your attitude. I love you so very, very mucho. You are awesome and amazing. I'm being a little quiet because it is morning. And not that there's anyone around except hubby, and he's still sleeping. So, and the window's right there, so I want to be a little bit quiet. So yes, I love you very, very mucho. You can do this. I believe in you. You can find your purpose. You can do absolutely anything. And I hope that you have an amazing day. As always, shining my light to brighten yours. Ciao.